I would still put the Domina 400 on top when it comes to best sounding singles, but this is a very close second. Okay, thanks Anna. All right, first start of the Triumph 400 speed. All right boys, let's go. First right and then right again. Oh, okay. Hayabusa. Alright folks, welcome to Moto Comic. Today is a little special because we have come here to test ride the brand spanking new Triumph Speed 400. So the reason is pretty simple. One of our boys actually wants to buy this. Actually, I'm quite interested too. Initially, I thought that I'll just make a troll video of how my 2017 Duke 390 is better in every single way from this Triumph Speed 400. But once I came to the showroom, my thoughts actually immediately changed. One thing I would say is anything that I say in this video, in terms of comparison, it's only compared to my 2017 Duke 390, nothing to the 2023 or the 2024 Duke 390, even though it's just been showcased. So let's see. I need to find a free road so I can stop the bike and talk a little more about it. But in terms of first impressions, where are my boys? Okay, one's here. Okay, cool. Damn. Look at that blue variant. We did not get the black or the that racing green one. Okay. It's good. It's pumpy. It wants to jump, but it's not as aggressive as my Duke 390. There's nothing like that. It wants to shift into the next gear pretty soon. It feels like that, but regardless, feels good to ride. On this one, the gear is actually pretty smooth compared to my Duke 390. Okay, I don't have too much time with this, so I just have to make do with what I can get as an impression. Maybe later there's one opening up in Electronic City. That time probably, if I can get a little more time with this bike, I'll try to make a video. But from the reaction of folks that came after the test drive when I was just waiting for my turn, was pretty positive. There were like 3 or 4 folks who came right before me, and they were actually pretty happy faces all around. But apart from that, the other observations that I could make is everybody gets to test drive in these peak hours where there's too much traffic. One thing that I could notice was the fan gets pretty loud. See? I hope you can hear it. The fan is actually pretty loud. The only other bike that has a fan that sounds this loud is the 390 that I own. She's not silent, but that doesn't take away from the fact that she rides very beautifully. Even in traffic, the bike is not jerky. It feels smooth. I don't have an opportunity right now to ride it on the highway, or at least at a decent speed, to see how it is, but nevertheless it feels good as of right now. Coming to looks, I personally like the styling of the 390 a little bit better. It's just a personal preference. The sharp edges and all those things are something that I like. But one thing there is absolutely no doubt about is the fit and finish of this motorcycle. When I saw reviews of this motorcycle, there were a lot of them who spoke very highly about the fit and finish of Speed 400. It is not a lie. The bike is built beautifully. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Everything from the mirror quality to the buttons, it's just premium all across. Look at these indicators. There's a little bit of dust, but the fit and finish is superb. Yeah, the other thing is that the tank, it doesn't hit you on the groin a lot, unlike my 390. This is very comfortable. The seat is very, very plush, and that is just going to add to the riding experience a little more. The seat is very comfortable. The riding position is pretty similar, but I feel like the handlebars are a little bit wider than my 390. But it's very, very close in terms of the ergonomics itself, and it's quite nimble as well in traffic. I think these come with Apollos, but I'm not exactly sure. I saw one of the Speed 400s that was standing there with an MRF. I need to look more into that, but I'm not very sure. I think the standard is the Apollo. I think these are the Apollo H1s. Pretty nice tires. I have the same ones on my 390 as well. I know the grip levels are good on these tires. Okay, for a short rider like me, the rear view visibility is very, very decent. It's not like how I thought it would be. I imagine that I would be seeing more of my elbows than the road, but it's not the case. Since the handlebar is wider, it's pretty decent. You can see everything behind, not an issue at all. Alright, in traffic the bike feels very smooth. It allows you to ride freely. The clutch is light as hell actually. It's very light, it's very comfortable. The brakes feel very solid. No issues over there. I haven't tested out, I can't anyways test the lights and stuff. Man, maneuvering through traffic is a breeze. No problems at all. The front of this bike actually, I would say it's like my 390 Duke itself. The front feels very stable, so that's good to know. Okay, when I lean it into the corner, it feels like it can hold the line. When you tip it over, it feels pretty solid. Other thing that I think I must inform is the rear brake. It feels like it is missing, exactly like my 390. My bike doesn't feel like it has a rear brake at all, and so does this. It just feels you have to do everything with your front. I mean, if the front isn't working, you must use your idea of the gear to shift down and slow down the bike. The rear brake is just there for formality, I guess. It's not very assuring, but the front is superb. Oh, this bike is a little bit of a head turner actually. Quite a few people are noticing this bike, and it's in this bright red scheme. So I've been riding in this traffic for quite some time now, and there is no jerky feeling. The engine is very relaxed, very, very relaxed. Is this the way that I'm supposed to go? I've got no idea, man. The fan just keeps running. I think if you're planning to buy this bike and you're using it on a day-to-day basis, you must live with the fact that the fan is going to run throughout. So if it stops for a minute or two, it is going to run for a minute or two as well. So, sorry? Okay. Thar. Beautiful. The man who works in the Triumph actually is kind enough to allow me to go for another ride. Oh man, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. Oh man, it's so smooth, so smooth. The engine has no vibes in the lower end or in the mid range. I think on the higher end of the rev range, there's a little bit of a buzz on the handlebar. That's all I could feel. The pegs are actually fine. It isn't too vibey, but you can definitely feel some sort of a buzz on the handlebar. Nothing major that is going to disturb you or irritate you while riding. If you're wearing riding gloves, boots, you are barely going to feel it. That is for sure. The other thing about the bike is that the chain sprocket is on the right, unlike every other bike that has its chain sprocket on the left side. It's like seeing a person ride with their left hand when you mostly see people riding with their right hand. It is there, but it's just something new that you see now and then. This is a Bajaj Triumph make, but in no way, shape or form does this actually look like a Bajaj. It also doesn't feel like the Dominar in any regard. It is lighter. It feels quicker. At least in traffic, it feels a lot quicker. On the Dominar, it's a little bit heavier when you come to stop and go traffic. This feels more like the Duke. It is a lot easier to handle, to go left and right. Exhaust note. When you hear it on the video, I do not know if you would actually be able to hear it clearly, but let me tell you, I think this is one of the best sounding singles out there. I would still put the Dominar 400 on top when it comes to best sounding singles, but this is a very close second. It does want to go fast. Alright folks, this has just been a short spin of the Triumph Speed 400. I hope the next test drive that I come for, I would get this bike for a little bit longer. If it is not for the review, I at least want to just ride the bike for some more time because it feels beautiful. In terms of ride quality and everything, when it comes to the city, I think this is beautiful. There's no question about it. The engine is very easy when it's riding slow. I'm pretty sure it would feel the same when it's on the highway as well. No, completely forgot to talk about the suspension. The suspension is also soft. How did you feel?
It was really good.
It was really good. This is coming from a guy who was owning an 800. But I think it's a thumbs up. This is the Motocomic review of the no, it's a first ride impression of the Speed 400, and we feel that the bike is pretty premium, pretty well built, and a pretty good ride as well.
Did you feel vibrations?
In the top end of the rev range. If you let it rip, you get a buzz on the handlebar. But if you're having riding gloves and stuff, you would not even feel it actually.
That's okay.
That's okay, yes, of course. Awesome. Alright folks, I don't think there's anything else that I must talk about. Yeah, this is the black variant. This is the black variant, also commonly known as the best color. Yeah, the second, but we'll give it to the red, why not? The blue can take the last place. Once we take it out on the highway, we can understand how it compares to the 390 on the highway. Because the 390 on the highway is, I think, the best. But for now, I think Triumph has done a
very good job.
Shut up, you idiot. Triumphant job. Okay, yeah, please don't leave my channel anyways. Goodbye.
Okay, bye. And it's like you go on any humps, it's like smooth it is.
Smooth it is, yes.